Welcome to Naresh IT. This is Kishore, and today we are going to discuss about the other object oriented features. Already we have discussed what is a class, what is an object, what is encapsulation, what is called data hiding, and now in this session we are going to cover what is called inheritance. Now in this session I am going to give inheritance is what. It is the another most important feature of C++. Okay, inheritance is one of the important feature of C++. Now what is inheritance? Inheritance is the process of deriving a new class from existing class. Inheritance is nothing but deriving a new class from an existing class or classes. That means we are passing the properties of one class to another class. That is why it is also called derivation. Okay, that is why it is also called derivation. Now what is, I am going to show you what is called inheritance. Okay, just think, for example, there is a class. Now for example, it is the A class, and here 200 lines code is there. Now this A class contains 200 lines. Now my requirement is another class with the same code. Okay, here the point is I want to declare another class with the same code. Then what I have to do? Okay, once again I have to rewrite the total program. That means another 200 lines I have to rewrite. Due to this the program is getting lengthy. Due to this the program is getting very lengthy, and it is giving some errors, and identification of errors also difficult. When program is getting lengthy, automatically it occupies more space and performance is decreased. That is why to avoid this problem they have introduced the concept of inheritance in OOP. Okay, that is why to avoid this problem they have introduced the concept of object, that is inheritance in object oriented programming. Now in inheritance what happens? Here it is the class A. From this class A I am going to declare or derive the class B. Say this, for example, class B. Now here I am going to write some public or private or protected. Suppose public. Now class A. Okay, here whenever you are going to declare like this, what happens? Okay, here A is considered to be the base class. That means here from A class we are going to declare the B class. That means what happened? Now your compiler understands A is the base class and B is the derived class. That means what? From which class we are declaring the class is called base class, and the newly derived class is called derived or subclass. Okay, here in this example A is called base or superclass, derived or subclass. Now the point is, now what happens? All the A class properties are passed to B class. That means now the B contains 200 lines. Now it allows to reusability. That means it allows the reusability class concept of class A. That means what? We are reusing the class A properties in declaring the class B, which is called reusability. That means now this class is having 200 lines. Yes, later I am going to add another 50 lines in class B. Now this one is called extensibility. That is why the derived class contains both the base class properties and its own properties, which is giving the concept of extensibility. That is why with inheritance we are having two advantages. One is what? Reusability, using of old classes in creating new classes. Second one is extensibility. That means we are adding new features to the existing classes, which is called extensibility feature. Now these are the two advantages of inheritance. Next, now another important feature of object oriented programming is polymorphism. Now what is called polymorphism? Okay, polymorphism is another important feature of C++ object oriented programming. Now what is called polymorphism? Here Poly stands for many. Here poly stands for many. Morph stands for form, FORM form, or shape or kind. That means we are able to use one object in different forms. That is why polymorphism is nothing but using of one object, in different forms or shapes or kinds. Okay. For example, in C language generally we are using plus operator for adding numbers. Okay. Now I want to add two strings using the same plus operator, it is not possible in C language. Now I want to add two structure variables, it is not possible, but this feature is possible in C++ because of C++ allows the concept of polymorphism. Next, in C we are not able to declare several functions with the same name. In C language we are not able to declare several functions with the same name, but it is possible in C++ because of polymorphism, and we are able to design, we are able to conduct dynamic binding because of polymorphism. That is why polymorphism allows the user to use the same object for different purposes, which is called reusability. Next, in here one class contains same class and the derived class also contains same function with the same name, which causes the extensibility. That is why polymorphism also allows the concept of reusability and extensibility. In reusability what happens? We are going to reuse the same function for different purposes, okay, and we are extending the functionality of same function. That is why it is called extensibility. That is why polymorphism allows the two features called reusability and extensibility. It is another important feature introduced in C++. Now polymorphism contains basically two features, one is overloading and second one is binding. Under overloading we are having two topics, function overloading and second one is operator overloading. Here overloading comes with two features, function overloading, second one is operator overloading. And in binding we are having two types, one is static binding or early binding or compile time binding, and second one is dynamic or late or runtime binding. That is why we are having once again binding, two types of bindings, one is what, static, second one is the dynamic. Now all these features belongs to polymorphism concept. Now these are the important feature of C++ object oriented programming with the concept of message communication. Now message communication means what, we are going to declare the objects and they are going to communicate with each other by sending the functions, okay. Here messages, message means nothing but function, by using the functions we are able to communicate one object with another object, which is called message communication, and these are the features we are going to learn, or we are going to, that is provided by the OOPS concept. Now I am going to give what are the input output, that means how the input output operations are controlled in C++. Now in this class I am going to start how the input output operations are controlled in C++. Okay. First of all, before going to discuss about this topic, already we have discussed C++ is the extension of C language. That is why here all the features of C language are working in C++ also, okay. Here C++ is the extension of C, that is why all the C features are nothing but C++ features. That means all the C functions, operators, data types, everything we can use in C++ as it is. That means generally in C language printf, scanf majorly we are using for input and output operations. Now in C++ also we are able to use the same printf scanf. Along with these functions, C++ provides some predefined objects to control the standard input output operations. Okay. Actually, we know that C is a function oriented programming language. Why? Because in C the total concept is going on functions. That is why C is called function oriented. But in C++, which one is introduced? Object. That is why CPP is called what? Object oriented programming. As usual, here to control the input output operations also we are going to use some of the predefined objects which are controlled by the streams. Now, what kind of streams we are using? And here one more important topic we have to discuss. Generally, C is called function oriented, C++ is called object oriented, but actually C++ is not a complete object oriented programming language. That means it is not a pure object oriented programming language. Why? Because without objects and class we can design a C++ program. Okay. Here the main point is to class and object also we can execute C++ program. That means when there is no object, how can we say it is object oriented? That is why C++ is not a pure object oriented, because of C++ is the extract of a C language. C is already function oriented. That is why what happens, C++ supports all the features of function oriented and features of object oriented, means it is mixed function oriented with object oriented. That is why it is not a pure object oriented programming language. Java is pure object oriented programming language. Okay. That is why C++ does not belongs to pure object category. And now, how to control the input output operations? In C++, the control input and output operations are controlled by some of the streams. Now, what is called stream? Okay. And which kind of streams are available in C++? Okay. Stream means flow of characters or flow of bytes which are having a source or destination. Okay. Here stream means a sequence of characters or bytes which are having a source or destination. Okay. Here stream stands for a sequence of bytes or characters which are having a source or destination. Next, here in C++ we are going to use majorly two types of streams. One is input stream and second one is the output stream. Now, the streams are providing some predefined classes and objects to control the standard input output operations. Now, watch it. First of all, stream means a sequence of characters or bytes which are having a source or destination, and why we need the streams means to control the standard input output operations. Now, in C++ majorly we are having input stream and output stream. Now, they are providing some predefined classes and objects, predefined classes and objects to control the standard input output operations. Now, what are the predefined classes we are using in C++? Say this, here it is the first base class, that is iOS. In C++, the base class is what? iOS class. Now, from iOS class we have declared two derived classes. One is called iStream and second one is called OStream. Now, using the iStream we are going to operate or control input operations, and by using OStream we are going to operate or control output operations. Now, the combination of iOStream is nothing but iOStream. Okay. Now, these four are what? They are nothing but the predefined classes. They are nothing but the predefined classes available in iostream.h. Now, all these classes, predefined classes. Okay, we know that generally in C language we are using printf, Printf is a predefined function. When it is predefined, it should have to maintain certain header file, and printf header file is st.h. As usual, here they are predefined classes, and now all these predefined classes are available in iostream.h. That is why whenever we are going to use this class, we should have to declare the iostream.h class also, that is header file also. Now here iStream, it is for input operations, and OStream for output operation, and from this iStream class we have declared, means they have provided one predefined object called cin, okay, and from OStream class they have defined one more object called cout. That is why cout is a predefined object, okay, and here cin also it is a predefined object, okay. Cin is one of the predefined object, cout is another predefined object. In C++, total input output operations are controlled by these predefined objects. One is cout, one is cin. Cout belongs to which class? OStream. Cin belongs to iStream, and all these classes are available in iostream.h. Now we are going to discuss about cout. First of all, we are going to discuss about cout, how the cout function or object is working, okay. In next session we are going to discuss how the cin is working, okay. Thank you for watching. First we are going to discuss about cout, okay. Here cout is a predefined object. Next, it is available in OStream class, that means it is the object of OStream class. Next, it is found with iostream.h, that means it belongs to iostream.h. Next, here cout means console output. Cout always refers to the console output, that is monitor. That is why cout always refers, okay, clearly cout always refers console output device, that is nothing but monitor. That means whatever the text variables, what it may be, we are using with cout, they are going to print on the monitor. That is why cout represents always console output device, which is called monitor. Next, cout performs both formatted and unformatted output operations, okay. Here cout performs both the formatted and unformatted output operations. We can get the formatted outputs or unformatted outputs using of cout. Next one, cout does not require any conversion characters. It is another important thing in C++. Generally, whenever we are working with printf, generally in printf we have to go for %d for integer printing, %f for floating value printing, %s for string printing, but here any kind of data they does not require any conversion character. That is why no conversion characters required, because of implicit conversion is there. Implicit conversion, implicit means here internally. That is why cout performs implicit conversions. That is why there is no need of conversion characters. Now how the cout is working, okay, how the cout is working. Now I am giving syntax, cout less than, next some text or variables or expressions, okay, like this we can write. For example, and here first of all going to discuss the example. Cout is the predefined object. Now less than is there. Now what it is called? Here less than is called, okay, it is called insertion operator, which is also called put to operator, which is also called output operator, and it is the overloaded left shift operator. Here remember, less than is a overloaded left shift operator. Okay, already we are using less than in bitwise operators. Along with that we are going to use in cout also. Now what happened? See this. For example, I am going to give small example on this. Here cout some welcome, now semicolon. Now the welcome is going to print on the screen. Suppose I want to print variable value, for example a value 100, float b equal to 1.2. Now I want to print the a and b values. Then cout, directly you can enter a, cout b. See this, here there is no conversion character at all. Directly the value of a is going to print on the screen because of implicit conversion is there. That is why the cout does not require any conversion characters or for specifiers.